It has been an absolute whirlwind of a day, and I'm sorry I'm starting off this video so frantic like. I'm way more excited than I am frantic or feeling frantic. So, little breakdown. This is my 2.5 engine all broken down to put our turbo kit in. And we've been tearing it down. I've got, oil pan, all of that stuff off. It's basically a bare engine, cams out, all of that good stuff. And we needed to replace the valve springs, which I did. I didn't film any of it, and I will explain why. Well, you can see a clip in like 2 seconds, but I'll explain why really quick. So, huge shout out to Cameron. He lent me a tool to do this. So what you do is you pressurize the cylinder so the valves don't drop, and then I used the tool to compress the valve spring, take out the keepers. It was a big deal. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the first half of the engine, then I'll grab my camera and do the rest. Because I wanted to make sure that I knew how to do it before showing you guys that I could or couldn't do it. So, hooked everything up to cylinder 4 and pressurized it, and the springs and valves and everything just went into the engine, all the air escaped. I was like, cool, great. I'll just move on to the next one. Moved on to cylinders 3 and then 2, did those, went perfectly fine. Brand new Mazdaspeed springs and reused the keepers, all that good stuff. And then moved to cylinder 1, where it did the same thing as cylinder 4. And my initial thought was my piston rings were bad. And genuinely, I was ready to buy a new engine. And I was like, this isn't good. My piston rings are bad. The cylinders aren't holding the pressure because it's simply not, it's not holding the valve up, and the valves are just, activating as they would if your engine was running. Called Cameron, huge help. That dude is a legend. Cameron, if you're watching, you are a legend. Came over and we fixed it. All of the valve springs are in, so here's the clip right here. What we think was going on was I never did my valve clearance when I first put the cams in way back when I did this in 2020. And we think what was happening was the measurements were off on cylinder 1 and cylinder 4 to where the valve retainers and the keepers were smacked over and over and over by the camshafts that they just got gunked up, stuck together. And what we did was we pressurized the cylinder, and then we took a rubber mallet with the end of a hammer, the wooden side, and we smacked them open, smacked them a few times. A bunch of air came through, like shook everything up, and sure enough, that did the trick. So my pistons weren't leaking, more than they should be at least. It was just the retainers were all kind of stuck. But now, as you can see, those are all Mazdaspeed valve springs. So we've upgraded them, And now we can move on to getting our cams back in with our OEM buckets, measuring the valve clearance, getting these all done. Like, we're making sure all of this is good before we're continuing on with the project. But once this is done, it is next steps, which are the fun stuff of getting the engine back into the Miata. So this video is like starting off a couple days before whatever the next clip is. But I'm going to be throwing the cams back in, and we're going to be measuring the valve lash. So this is kind of like a technical video. A lot of this stuff I haven't filmed, like disassembling the engine. It's like, I mean, you guys have seen so much of this already that, you know, and it's new to me too. So it's hard to learn and focus when I'm focusing on filming too. But next clip is putting the cams back in, and let's get to some measuring. All right, so as you guys can probably tell, cams are in. Now, we still need to measure our clearances between the cam lobes and the valve buckets. So all of our buckets are in. The timing isn't done or anything like that because we are just measuring right now. I did this on the Fit when I was doing like a refresh of that engine. I did a valve clearance, which was pretty easy to do. This is a little different because on the Fit, you adjust the valves with a screw. And on these engines, you adjust your valves with bucket sizing. So I've got my sheet here for measurements, and we're gonna use our feeler gauge. Okay, now I've got a feeler gauge. I had to go get one. So this one is marked with metric and SAE. And the goal of this is to figure out the distance between your lobes and your buckets. This isn't a how-to because this is the first time, or I guess second time I've ever done this. First time on this engine, so I've got it all lubed up. I've got my wrench, and what we're gonna do is just turn the cams over until they are in the correct position based on our buckets. And the measurement I'm going to take is going to be what I write down for each one, and then we input that into a spreadsheet to figure out what size bucket we need. So 0.011 doesn't fit there, so that means we need to go smaller. Our first measurement then on the intake side is 0.10 or 0.25 millimeters. So this is gonna be a process, but I'm gonna I just stabbed myself with a pen. I'm gonna set you guys down and just kind of time lapse this. All right, clearances are checked. These are my measurements. You go by kind of feel, not too tight, not too loose, obviously, but starting at where you can't fit it in and working your way down. So these are at least my measurements. I hope they're as accurate as I wish them to be. I've also got a bunch of buckets here. Maybe we can reuse some of these, but I'm probably gonna have to end up getting more anyways because there's no way I have the exact ones I need in here. So the big step is done. Our valve springs are in. We've got our measurements for our new buckets, and now next steps would just be to order the new buckets, find the new buckets, and get them in, and then we can really get close to getting this engine back in the car, which is really exciting. But that's all I've got for today. I know this isn't a super exciting video, but it's something that needs to be done. So I'm showing you guys what I do and everything that I am doing, and this is just part of it. Getting your clearances checked, making sure the engine runs smoothly, and doesn't sound all clicky like mine used to. So thank you for watching. Go down below, hit subscribe button so you don't miss more turbo videos, and give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments below. See you guys in the next one.